We are now joined by attorney Elizabeth Crawford. She is representing the families of Sarah Katz and Dennis Brown in these wrongful death lawsuits. Elizabeth, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Absolutely.
So these lawsuits link Panera Bread to these two deaths, claiming that charged lemonades are dangerous. I mean, I've got to say, we are surrounded by caffeinated drinks on a daily basis. Why do you think Panera is liable here?
Panera is liable here because their caffeinated drink is much different than the caffeinated drinks that are on the shelves. It has substantially more caffeine than those typical caffeinated drinks that we think of on the shelf. It has more caffeine than even those energy drinks that we think of that are on the shelves that are clearly marked as energy drinks. So we have a situation here where we have a drink that has 390 milligrams of caffeine. It also has guarana. And what it is it contains as much caffeine as 3 Red Bulls. And it's not marketed as such. It's not even marketed and advertised as an energy drink in the store setting. So this is so different than the other caffeinated beverages that we see all around.
Elizabeth, I do think the question becomes, though, how do you plan to prove that Brown and Katz died from this charged lemonade and it was not their prior conditions?
Well, we know that they would have not otherwise died had they not drank the lemonade. That's what ultimately caused their death. They didn't have a condition. We have Miss Katz's condition that was well managed with medication. She had long QT type 1. When this is known and when it's managed with medication, there's virtually 0% chance of a sudden death, unless there's something else going on here. What's the only thing that had changed in her entire life during this time period is drinking this beverage. And we know that energy drinks are unsafe for people with underlying heart conditions like long QT syndrome. So the fact of the matter is, if everything else is the same, and the only thing that she had done differently was consume this dangerous, toxic beverage, then it's certainly linked to her death.
Well, we
have Mr. Brown as well. And he's in the same kind of situation. He was otherwise healthy. He had some high blood pressure. He was going to the doctor. Everything was normal. And the only thing that had changed in his life was him consuming this beverage. And he had 3 on the day that he died. And he actually died walking home back to his home.
Well, we also know that Panera also made some changes to its description. After that first lawsuit was filed, Panera Bread added that the charged lemonades are not recommended for children, people sensitive to caffeine, and pregnant or nursing women into its drink description. This is pretty interesting. I mean, do you think this is Panera Bread admitting fault here?
Well, I think that this is Panera Bread realizing that their drink is dangerous and finally doing something about it. And it is really, really unfortunate that Panera Bread had to wait for people to die and for lawsuits to be filed for them to make these types of changes. It's unfortunate because they had known, we've seen different ways that they had known that this product has been dangerous over the last couple years, and they did nothing. And they had to wait for this lawsuit to be filed and these deaths to happen to finally do something about it.
You also mentioned that Brown drank 3 of these lemonades on his walk home. Do you think they need to also limit the amount of consumption of these drinks?
Well, absolutely. I mean, we know that the FDA recommends no more than 400 milligrams of caffeine per day. So if we've got a beverage here that is 390 milligrams of caffeine, putting aside the fact that it's got the guarana and the sugar, and the guarana is actually making the caffeine in the product stronger, and it's making it last longer. But putting that aside, the fact of the matter that they make this drink that is basically at the top limit of the amount of caffeine that you should have per day, and they make it so that it's available for unlimited refills, they're basically suggesting to consumers that it's safe to have more than one. And we're saying it's not even safe for certain consumers to have one.
One last question.
We do not think this should be part of the SIP club.
Elizabeth, I do want to also ask you this. I know Panera said publicly claimed that both of these lawsuits are without merit, but I also want to point out that I spoke to an attorney who said that both of these cases are going to be very tough to argue, and that the prosecutors will most likely say that the consumer was misusing the product. How are you going to approach this?
This is a Panera Bread. This is a company that is known for being family friendly, clean, safe, a healthy alternative. And they're selling a product termed as lemonade. And these particular customers are going in there with their unlimited sip club to drink a drink at Panera that's marketed as safe, that's marketed as there's no warnings on any type of labels. It's not behind the shelf. It's allowed for you to have multiple refills. And they go into this Panera Bread and they drink it, reasonably believing it's safe. How is that misuse of a product? They had no reason to know it was dangerous.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.